Everybody. We just last week learned of the president's new proposed plan for tax reform. And there are a few things in there that involve real estate that we should be aware of. Now, first things first, keep in mind this is just proposed. So nothing has been set into law yet or been codified or anything like that. This is simply just speculation at this point. But let's assume that everything set forth in this proposal ends up passing. What can we expect to see as it relates to real estate? So a couple things. One, for any new mortgage in excess of $500,000, that will now be exempt from any mortgage interest deduction. Any existing mortgages are grandfathered in, so don't feel threatened if you've got a $600,000 mortgage and you're now no longer going to be able to deduct that from your taxes. You're still fine. But any new existing mortgage in excess of $500,000 would, in this proposed plan, be at risk. Will that have an effect on our market? Probably not. If people are going to be buying homes, I don't think, and I've never heard before, that the number one or number two, three, four, five reason for them buying homes is so they can deduct that interest. It is definitely an advantage to have when tax season rolls around, but when you look and compare the rent versus purchase analysis, it is still very heavily favored in the purchase category. So yeah, it's a little knocked down the pedestal, but it's not a huge deal that I think is really going to affect buyers and their decision making. However, another interesting caveat, probably more interesting I think, is the capital gains change. So currently, in order to avoid paying capital gains tax on a property you sell, is if you had lived in that property 2 out of the last 5 years. This change is now going to increase those from 5 within the last 8. So instead of having to live in that home for 2 out of the last 5 years, now you would have to live in that home 5 out of the last 8. And that, I think, is going to affect more people or have a greater impact on people when it comes to their taxes than any proposed mortgage interest deduction. So again, all proposed, all speculative, but it'll be something worth keeping our eye on. So we'll see how things end up there.